So let's now analyze some real data. And you guessed it, we're going to analyze the iris data. So here we can ask the question, does iris sepal length correlate with sepal width? You think it might, because if there's a larger sepal length, you would expect there to be a larger sepal width. So let's pull out our iris data. Let's make two vectors, x and y. So x is sepal length and y is sepal width. And so let's run a Spearman rank correlation. Our null hypothesis is that r equals 0, and our alternative hypothesis is that r does not equal 0. Run the core.test, which is x and comma y, comma method equals Spearman. And it gives us some ridiculously large s value. And it gives us a p-value that is less than 0.05. And it's 0.04137. So, indeed, we can say that there is a significant correlation between sepal length and sepal width, which, honestly makes sense. Because if you have larger or longer sepals, then maybe you'll have wider sepals. But then we can ask the question, okay, now that they're correlated, how well does sepal length predict sepal width? And here we'll call this model.2, and it's simply lm y given x. We run that. And then we run our summary function. And we have our intercept, or A, of 3.41895. And we have our slope, which is negative 0.6188. So it looks like there is a negative relationship between sepal length and sepal width, which is surprising. But if we look at the p-value, you see that the slope is not significantly different from 0. So the fact that it's negative is irrelevant because it is not significantly different from 0. We also can look at the multiple r squared, and about 1% of the variance is explained by the differences in sepal length and sepal width. So let's plot it and see what this data looks like. So here's a plot of the iris sepal length and width. And so we have sepal length on the x and sepal width on the y-axis. And let's put our model in. And as you can see, while the plot looks to be negative, it is not significantly different from 0. So there's really, even though there's a correlation between sepal length and sepal width, it does not mean that sepal length predicts sepal width.